Who are we having a conversation with? Mixi Kasamwa. What's good, man?
Chilling.
How are you doing?
I'm chilling. It's it.
Yeah.
You know the
How's
vibe.
everything going, man?
I've just been busy, but everything's going good so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rare that we get someone reaching out for a conversation.
Yeah.
It's rare in most cases where someone wants to have a conversation with Yato Vibes. My first question before we get deep into conversation is, why did you decide to be on this show?
I think I'm just at a point where I feel like the industry needs to grow, and like we need to be like podcasting more, we need to be having conversations more, we need to be creating. So I think I appreciate the fact that like Yato Vibes is growing prominent on YouTube. I'm a big fan of YouTube and like how it just really like allows creatives to be independent, creatives to reach a wider audience. I'm not a big fan of TV.
Yeah.
I don't mind TV interviews, but like I prioritize mostly like, internet interviews that are like on the internet. Yeah.
Welcome on the show again. Thank you very much
having me.
for being part of the show.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation, man. We'll be seeing you putting in so much work. And I remember there's a point that you went on a break,
Yeah.
and you went live. You spoke about it why you decided to go on a break and other things right there. But for the sake of the people that have been following you for a while now, content creating is something that people don't understand. Sometimes you go through so many things that you just feel like you need to take a break. But let's talk about you as Mix Kasamwa and how everything has been going for you as an individual.
Yeah, as an individual, it's just, typical like life problems, like whether it's with family, just trying to, whether it's with your career, trying to like evolve, to grow your brand, to make more revenue, to reach a wider audience, because now we're competing with the internet. You're competing globally, so there's always that pressure. Everyone's feeling that pressure now, in Zambia, to feel like, with Zambia Kuchalo, like everyone's feeling that pressure of we have to like, we're competing with the whole world now. So yeah, like that's usually what I'm just like usually dealing with, working around, So yeah.
When you started, I noticed something about some parents who regards your career as a Yo Bally type. And sometimes you sit down and just think about saying, maybe there's a type of age group that I just reach. I can't reach people above a certain age. Do you sometimes understand the type of content that you get to put out?
Yes, I understand my demographic very well. I go through my analytics. I observe my fan base. It's a very niche fan base. And with the new project Chilu, it's a project for the older demographic. We're looking at 18 to 35. Lusaka Startup Park was for like as young as like 10 to but you even had like older people like watching Lusaka Startup Park and being fans of it. So, but primarily it was like 8 to like 17, and then the older people. A few, those who are blown, who are jade, like, they will tap into.
What do you mean when you say bro?
Like blown is like, like you're in a different world, like you're in a. I don't know what to explain.
Which world are you in? Maybe I want you to clarify before
like
someone misunderstands you.
It's the Yo Bali like world, where it's like our world. It's like everyone has like.
Can you define how your world is? Let's talk about that. Like, how is your world? Maybe we can understand.
The Yo Bali,
yes,
the world. It's just about. It's something that has been there for like a long time. It's like a world where people are into like fashion, who are into like music and urban culture. You know what I mean? People who are into like that lifestyle of sort of like enjoying yourself and like having a good time with your mates. You know what I mean? It's a lifestyle that's common amongst like the youth. And so you heard people call people Yo Bally. Even you are Yo Bally. I don't know why you're pretending.
Am I a Yo Bally?
You got an Air Force One.
Do I qualify to be a Yo Bally?
Yeah.
Like
and the cap, say, look, the cap is at the back. Yo Bally.
But we know that there's a certain generation that used to dress the way we are dressing. It's just that maybe yours is going with the current trend.
Yeah.
But if we go back into books, the Michael Jackson, when they were starting up, they used to dress the way you guys dress.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how is how the norm in Africa is when you're Yo Bali, you're not taken serious.
Yeah.
You go for a job interview, you can dress the way you're supposed to dress.
Yeah.
Your fashion, your hairstyle, you're judged in those cases. Do you have anything to say with how people judge according to how you dress?
Okay, there's a lot of people have been having a lot of conversations about that. And at first, when I started like pushing the Yo Bali culture, people were like, commenting, I can't take these people seriously. It's just like a joke. Until like millionaires, people in executive positions were calling me and saying, or when we meet, like, this is like the lifestyle we used to live. You know what I mean? This is who I was. I was exactly like you. That's when I was like, okay, this is not a joke. And then with the lingo, the LSK lingo, I had like old people saying, we used to talk like you, we used to dress like you.
But what made them stop? Is it maybe because of growth brings a lot of responsibilities?
I think I don't think they stopped. It's just it's not documented. They don't take videos. But I've had. I think even Chilu Lemba, I don't know if you know Chilu Lemba.
Yes.
Chilu Lemba called me. He's like, we used to rap like this. You guys are used to him with like, his like voiceovers and stuff. But he was also a Yo Bali. Him and his friends video called me. They're like, we used to talk like this. Sometimes we still talk like this. So it's this thing where it's not part of his brand, but it's part of his lifestyle, and it's a lifestyle.
Is being a Yo Bali an African thing, or is something that Africa adopted from a Western culture?
Yeah, so one thing about the Western culture you should understand is, okay, primarily like let's say hip hop culture and the fashion that we wear was African American, right?
Yeah.
So you can't take away the African from that. So that's why we connect. You understand? That's why you've got an Air Force One on right now. Like we connect because those are our people. Some of those people were taken, maybe even from Zambia there. So there will always be that link. That's why even like Chef187, Your Bali, his dress is got a fit. That's why like Macky2, everyone, Slapdee, like it's something that is in link with primarily African Americans. Your 50 Cents, your what, you name it, like your favorite rappers. So what people have done, or like let's say like your Chef, your Slapdee have taken that and made it Zambia, and same applies with me. I've made it like primarily like Lusaka and a culture that is popular, that is historical in Zambia. Even have people from the copper belt saying, even us we rap like that. So even us, that's how we communicate. So it's deeper than that.
We have seen women on social media making comments, comparison between dating a Yo Bali or dating a responsible man. Like that has been a dialogue for a while now, like a debate.
Yeah.
In your case, I've seen you do some acting, or maybe in those regards. Do you feel like it's a career that Yo Bali's in Zambia, most of them are broke? No money.
No racks, except Your Balis are for racks. But what I can say is, I understand where they are coming from, because Your Balis sometimes they can be too reckless. You know what I mean? They can be reckless, and I think the narrative I'm pushing now, even just like with my new project, this is Lusaka, is I'm just trying to. Like I said, some of these Yo Balis are serious people. Like when they're chilling, in the club, they're having a few drinks with their friends. That's when they rap like this. But some have racks. Some have shits. I've had like CEOs and people.
Let's give it a ratio out of how many? Let's give it a ratio if you want to do a comparison.
I would need to get into. It's very few. Obviously, it's very few people. Sometimes people also. They have different personas. Everyone has multiple personalities. So when they get into the office, they articulate themselves properly. Like even me, it's a lifestyle. It's more for when you're chilling and having fun and chilling with friends. Not to say you can't use it like in corporate world, because I've done that. You know what I mean? But it's sort of like it's. Even you have a slang. You have a way you talk when you're chilling with your boys. You know what I mean? And you have the way you talk when you step into a board meeting. You know what I mean? So it's not different from that. In terms of the females, I understand where they're coming from. The Yo Ballis have always been like naughty, you know what I mean, rebellious. So with my new project, I'm sort of pushing it towards like the mental awareness, like, oh, okay, we talk like this is the culture, this is the lingo, but let's really take time to stop and look at the dark side of the disadvantages of being reckless, the disadvantages of being, you know, naughty all the time. Let's balance it also. There should be limitations in terms of how you behave. You can't just be performing all the time. Sometimes you need to pitch, you need to chill.
So was your chill something to do with not getting paid, not making any money? Or maybe was it something that you felt like you needed a break at some point?
No. To be honest, I'm very grateful for the finances I've been making. Like very, very grateful. And I've been preaching to like people who are drawn to like my energy. Like, yo, you can actually be successful from being yourself or representing a culture that you resonate with. You know what I mean? So money hasn't really been an issue for me because I was able to get myself into brand deals, affiliate marketing that was able to sustain me, to help me survive. Even when I took a break, I was scared. I was like, Ish, what if I lose relevance? What if I won't be able to make money? But I was, you know, I'm a brand ambassador for Right Price Zambia, and I work with them regardless. We have a very good relationship, and yeah, I'm able to sustain myself even though like I took a break, you know. The main issue for me in terms of the break was more the pressure of having to be consistent and produce quality. If you've seen my content, quality is like a primary factor for me. It's something that it's one of my principles. Like, I want to create content where people in the UK and the US can be like, this is really good, you know. So it's a lot of work. I didn't really have like a good team in terms of like production wise. It's very difficult to find a good team production wise. So I found myself doing most of everything. So I began to burn out and get tired and like lose inspiration. And also when you're doing something, the same thing over and over again, eventually you get tired, you know. So you need to take a break and re-inspire and rebrand also. Try something new, which is what I've done now. And right now I've been active, like I'm back, you know.
Amazing. There's something that I saw you responding to on social media a few days ago as well.
Yeah.
Regarding with the streaming platforms, Spotify, Boomplay.
Yeah.
And you gave a take regarding with some few artists giving their take as well. I saw Killer also said something, Bobby East, Tilo, and other people, just to mention a few. You retweeted to that. Maybe you shared the post and you gave your opinion as well.
Yeah.
I would like to get your take in regards with streaming platforms and how artists are using them, making use of them. From your own research, man, it's your opinion. What do you think? Do you think we're making use of it? Do you think some people need more knowledge to know about how they can make money out of them?
The first thing I'm going to start with is saying these streaming platforms are diluting music. Music has been weird. I don't know about you. Have you felt like music has just, it's not like those days, you know what I mean? Music felt like it felt like it felt more valuable those days when you bought an album, you know what I mean, and you listen to it on repeat, you know. These days it's a bit diluted, you know, and even now like everyone's like an artist, you know. No offense to people who are pursuing that, like everyone's like a musician, a rapper, a singer, you know. So these streaming platforms, low key, in as much as they're making it easy to access information, they are making it easily, like the music is too accessible to a point where it just doesn't feel the same anymore. So I actually agree with what Bobby is said in terms of like it feels like it was much better when it was more exclusive. Like when you have an album and a deluxe version, you know, remember a cassette? You're forced to just listen to that cassette. You couldn't even rewind easily, remember?
Yeah.
Like, you have to listen to all the songs. It gives you time. Now, with everyone being a musician, everyone dropping, it's like, these days you can't even drop a 3-minute, a 5-minute song anymore. No one's going to listen to the whole song. Even when I look through my analytics on my YouTube channel, to get people to watch something for 20 minutes, like, you really need to be strategic, you know? Yes, it forces us to be more creative because it's even more competitive now. And like I said, we're competing at a global level. Those days, like Slap or like Exile, everyone could release albums in Zambia, and people didn't have too much access to the internet. So apart from DSTV, you'd buy these albums and you'd play these CDs in your house, etc., etc. But I just feel like it's making it a bit. It's diluting the music industry a little bit, you know. And people have been complaining, yeah.
I know this is a conversation for another day. The agenda that you came here for is just to talk about your current thing that you're working on.
Yeah.
Maybe break it down, the information, and also, like I told you, when we are having a conversation via phone call, I some time to get to watch it. And I was trying to understand. Maybe explain to people why you decided to get to do that. Do we expect more episodes dropping?
Yeah.
Like, what's your plan? What are you achieving at the end of the day? You can't be just putting out content when I can easily download it on your YouTube channel and put it on TV.
Yeah.
Is it bringing something? And also, what is the whole idea of the movie?
Yeah, so basically, This is Lusaka is something I've been working on when I was like taking my break. It was something I felt inspired to do. And it's a pilot limited web series. So it's me building my portfolio, you know, rather than going to like a production house with the idea. It's very easy for them to like dilute it. Or you've seen how raw it is.
Yeah,
it's raw. It's rated 16. There's, you know, language, all these things. It's very raw. It's very authentic. So I know for a fact, if like I were to approach a few production houses, I highly doubt it would have been approved, you know. So I had to. I'm an independent. I've been an independent creative because I enjoy expressing myself in authentic content, you know, authentic stories, real stories. That's how I get people to relate. So it's a pilot, and I have sponsors on the project who helped fund it. I've been talking about like me wanting to expand and get this content and this urban culture in Zambia or Lusaka or wherever in Zambia across the world. So it's also easily accessible. I have people in diaspora who say, listen, we don't have DSTV, we don't have Zambezi Magic here in the US and the UK and China. Your content sometimes is literally something that, the only thing that brings us home. I also have clientele who recommend me to bigger companies in Zambia from that side who watch. So I feel like it's very important that I entertain Zambia everywhere, worldwide, you know. So that's one of the things. Even if I were to get into a TV deal, I would still want an initiative that can allow me to distribute my content and make it accessible worldwide. It's very important. So for now, that's me building my portfolio from Lusaka Startup Pack to This is Lusaka as well. And then with season 2, we'll see how things go. Because even with Lusaka Startup Pack, I just focused on releasing the content, and then the rest came later. Obviously, we've planned things like, you know, we're trying to see Showmax, we're aspiring for even Netflix. Because I'm sure you've seen the quality. We invested a lot in the quality. I used all my money from all my brand deals, from Debonaires, from Right Price, and from the sponsors, from Yango, Vox Stillwater, etc., to invest. It was a very, very expensive production. We didn't even accumulate 30% of the money that we needed. You understand what I'm saying? We only accumulated 30% of what we needed out of 100%. So film and like that level of production is very expensive. So yeah, I'm just happy people are relating to it, tapping into it slowly. I'm getting so many good reviews in terms of this is so relatable, this is so true. It's talking about a lot of social issues that we experience as the youth, from drugs to slavery to colorism to just different things. You know what I mean? Relationship dynamics. So yeah.
Talk to your people right now, man. Mix Kasamwa, you're live on TV, Prime TV. Talk to them, your fans, your followers. What do you want them to do for you right now? This is your camera. Tell them what you want to do them for you. It's out. Talk to them.
So my people, just keep supporting. Like whenever I meet fans, you know, whenever like people tell me we love what you do, I just say keep supporting because we're working hand in hand. Here we're working hand in hand. I'm nothing without you. And you play a huge role from whether it's a comment, whether it's a share, whether it's you showing your friend. You don't know what that friend is going to do or who that friend is going to show. So wherever you are in the world as a Zambian, just make sure you keep supporting in the movement. We need to grow the creative and entertainment industry. We need to diversify the economy. So this is me taking that pledge and going out there. So keep supporting. In short, I can just say keep supporting, keep believing in me. So, you know, the vibes.
Yeah. Let's go straight back to the clip once more. The other one, not the other one that you were showing. So that that's like our exit right there as well. Thank you very much for coming through. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to more of your works, man. I hope we're not taking any break now.
No, breaks will be there. I'll be giving you guys seasons. We need seasons. I can't always.
Too many breaks. You know how Zambia, as a country, as Zambians, there's always too many breaks. People will be with the saying, and I see them, guys.
Not me. Me, I'm the hardest on in LSK. If you see me taking a break, just know once I drop, me, I'm the hardest on in LSK.
When you see
I'll never
a guy
finish.
who's a Yo Bally take a break, maybe he's going through some stress. He's heartbroken. Or maybe
me, I'm focused on the racks. As Your Bali is focused on the sheets. Watch this is the stuff.
Let's go straight to that clip right there as well. Having a conversation with Mix Kasamwa right here on Yatu Guys by Prime TV.